Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Miracle Minute. This is Steve Santos and I am your host. I'm glad that you stopped by to check out this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is going to be about sharing with you about a miracle that Jesus does miracle today. And if you're watching and you need a miracle, you're going to want to stay tuned. Don't change the channel. Stay tuned because you're going to hear an amazing testimony of a miracle that Jesus did, a modern day miracle that Jesus did, an amazing young lady's life who's with me today. Today I have my friend with me. Her name is Connie Vargas. She has an amazing story. She experienced a tragic experience in her childhood. She was burnt in a fire and she suffered multiple burns throughout her body. But not only that, she also experienced God's saving power. And she's here with me today. And so Connie, welcome.
Hi.
I'm so glad to have you. Thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
I'm so excited to be able to introduce you to my YouTube audience.
Hello, everyone.
Yay, this is Connie. You're going to love her. Hey, Connie. So we just want to take a minute to share about the miracle that Jesus Christ did in your life. And at the age of 2, you were burnt in a fire. You were at home with family members and unfortunately, you suffered as your house got on fire. You suffered the consequences of that fire. Can you just take a minute to share about that experience with our YouTube audience?
Let me tell the whole testimony.
Well, just get right into it.
Okay, I was 2 years old. I was burned in a house fire. It was my grandmother's house. It was, I think, Cinco de Mayo weekend. So, my mom took us, which was me and my brother, to my grandmother's house. Everybody's getting ready to go to the park and stuff. And so they're all getting ready, and it was me, my brother, and my 2 other cousins. We were just running around playing, and we're all close in age. So, just being kids, and my mom and my aunt and my grandma, they're all getting ready. And my aunt gets in the shower, and somewhere in there in her shower, she just heard a voice tell her to go check on us, because I guess at the same time she didn't hear us.
Right.
So she's like, yeah, go check on us. So she went to go check on us, and we were in the back part of the house, which was called the service porch.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where my grandfather kept his lawnmower and tools and stuff. So she went to go check on us. We're back there, and as she went to go check on us, she realized there was a form of liquid on the floor, and she reached down to smell it, and she realized that it was gasoline. At first she thought it was maybe one of us peed. So she grabbed the closest kids to her, which was her 2 kids and my brother, and she threw them out of the room right away. And I was in the farther part of the room in a corner. So actually what happened was the gasoline had leaked from the lawnmower into another room where the water heater was.
Right.
And the flames had ignited. So I was in the farther part of the room, so the flames blocked me in. So there was no way they can get to me, and my aunt just ran out of the room screaming for help. My mom comes in, my mom's trying to get to me, and the flames were just so unbearable. It was like a wind was just gushing them at her, so she could not get to me at all. And she ran out trying to get help, and midway out of the house she heard a voice tell her to go back and get me. So she ran back in to go get me, and at that point the flames just split open, and I started walking towards her, and she was able to pull me out.
What a miracle. That is a miracle. What drew her back to the house was a voice. And I don't believe it was just any voice. I truly believe that it was the voice of God. The voice of God letting her know to go back. Because if she didn't go back, I'm telling you this, Connie would not be here today. The fact that she went back and got Connie, that when she did, Connie suffered tremendous burns throughout all of her body, and that was because she went back and grabbed her. And so if she never went back, Connie would have died in that fire. The reason why Connie didn't die in that fire is because of God. She heard the voice of God, and the voice of God led her back, reached in the fire that's parted. That's another miracle in order to reach her life. And the reason why God wanted to reach her life is because Connie's life is a miracle in and of itself. The fact that she was born to do great and mighty things. And so Connie, that's an amazing story. You went from that experience, and I know we can get into so many other awful things that you experienced in your growing up, from disease that you went in, that you experienced your body that put you in a wheelchair, to being in ran over by a car that drug you and for a long distance and at the age of 9. But out of all of this today, Connie, what's amazing is not only did God save you from the fire, but God is using your life. And that, to me, is a miracle on top of it. What has God done? Where has God taken you? Where have you, that God has placed you and taken you and used you? Can you just share with the YouTube audience ways that God has used you to help people, to encourage people, to minister to people?
Oh gosh, God has done like so much in my life beyond what I could even imagine. Like I would never think in a million years like God would use me the way He's using me. You know, I'm traveling the world. I would have never thought I'd travel the world the way you do. And, you know, even though I'm in the condition I am, there's times where I'm traveling by myself. So, you know, being able to go different countries, different states, just sharing my testimony, being able to pray for people for healing. God has actually used me to lay hands on the sick and pray for people that are sick, and they're actually being healed right then and there. Just, gosh. Yeah, just, you know, sharing my testimony a lot.
And you're doing this all over the place. You're not only doing that here locally, which you've done on conference stages, but you've also done it across the nation, across the world. In Europe, you did it. In Thailand, you did it. And God has used you to really bring hope to people's lives. And even right now, you're working on a book. It's soon to be released, so stay tuned for that. But so it's just an amazing thing that God's done in your life. Would you ever imagine, after what you've been through, that you would be where you've been and done what you've done, and also getting ready to do other things? Would you ever imagine that?
Oh, not at all. I mean, having God in my life just really made me see my life in a whole different perspective. Because before I really had a relationship with God and truly know God, is like I really thought like, what could my life amount to? Like nothing. I really thought like, okay, I'm gonna live with my parents forever, never gonna get married, never gonna do nothing. I'm gonna be stuck in a house in this chair doing nothing with my life. Like what good is my life? But because of God, it's like He amazes me.
I know.
Yeah.
And you know what? You are amazing. And I say that from the bottom of my heart. I've known you for many years, and I'm speaking from truth. I'm speaking from experience. And so, YouTube audience, this is a minute miracle testimony that I want to take and share with you. And I want you to know that God is amazing. What God has done in Connie's life, He'll do in your life. I'm here to tell you, you may be watching, and you may think you have limitations because of what you went through. Maybe you didn't get burned physically. Maybe you're not burnt physically, but maybe you have issues spiritually, mentally. Maybe you've been through abuse, and maybe you've experienced abandonment as a child. Maybe you've suffered in different ways, and you think what you went through will limit you and prevent you from being able to live out your dream. Well, today I'm here to tell you that there is no limit to what God is able to do and what God wants to do in your life. If you're willing just to say, God, like Connie, this is what I have to offer. This is all that I am. Here it is. I'm telling you this, whatever you are right now, wherever you're at and whoever you are, and no matter what you went through, if you're willing to give what you have to God, I promise you that God will be able to take what you give Him, that precious life, what you think is not much. I'm telling you, in the hands of God, it's more than enough. And God will use that life to in an amazing way, like He used Connie's life. He'll multiply your story, your life, and to bless you and be a blessing to you, as well as to be a blessing to other people. So right now, as we get ready to close, I just extend my hand to you, whoever you are and you're watching right now. If you're looking at this YouTube video, it's not coincidence, it's not an accident. I truly believe that you were led to this channel, and right now I just pray that you would open your heart to God and you receive the miracle that God has for you, the miracle that God has prepared for you. Amen. Because He wants to bless you, and He wants to use you, and He wants to do great and mighty things in your life today. So open up your heart and to the miracle power of God, and watch God through His Son Jesus Christ do something super amazing in your life. On behalf of me and Connie, I thank you for stopping by and watching A Minute Miracle with Steve Santos. God bless you till next time.